Hey guys, what's up? Neo here. This week on Learn to Play, we're going to be looking at the Secret Mage. It's currently one of the top decks in the meta, and in this video I'm going to talk about the strategies, the combos, the mulligans, and then we'll play a few example games so you can see it in action. The Secret Mage deck has a couple of different strategies depending on whether we're playing against slower control style decks or aggro style decks. So the basic strategy against aggro style decks is about keeping control of the board, basically making sure you take as little damage as possible, and then hopefully by around turn 4 or 5 you'll be quite stabilized and you'll be able to start pushing some good value secret combo type cards out onto the field and take control from there. Now against slower style / control decks, you want to be pushing as much value onto the field as soon as possible so you can dictate trades, keep control of the board, and start pushing face damage as quickly as possible. Now, once again, around turn 4 or 5, you can hopefully start pushing some really powerful secret style combos, which we'll talk about in the combos section. One thing to be careful about, though, is you want to make sure you don't overcommit against a deck who's basically able to board clear you completely, because if you play away cards and you've got nothing left in your hand, and then your opponent plays a brawl or something and clears you out, or a flame strike, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So this deck does have counterspell in it, so if you have counterspell up, you can push a little bit harder, but you still need to have that in the back of your head, because your opponent may know what you're doing and still pop their coin or something to get rid of the counterspell before they use their board clear. Here's my version of the Secret Mage deck. This is pretty much the stock standard version of this deck. Obviously, you can make some changes to this deck depending on the type of decks you're facing on the ladder. Let's go and have a look at some of the main combos and cards in this deck. Here we have what I call the secret combos. So these are all the cards, including the secrets themselves, that revolve around the secret cards. I said secret like 7 times then. Anyway. So first we have the Arcanologist. This is a very popular card in pretty much all the mage decks at the moment. It's 2 mana cost, 2/3 minion, and you'll draw a secret out of your deck. That is huge value, and as this deck's all about secrets, that's a very important part of this deck. So we also have the Medivh's Valet, another card that's used in a lot of the mage decks at the moment due to it's being a 2 cost. And the battle cry is deal 3 damage to a minion or the opponent's face as long as you have a secret up. Then we have the Secret Mage. So this is really good because a secret normally costs 3 mana. If you play the Secret Mage, the next secret you play costs 0. So essentially you get to play the secret and the Secret Mage for the same cost as just playing a secret. So it's really good. Then we also have the Cabal Crystal Runner. This card gets cheaper for every secret you've played. So essentially, once you've played 3 secrets in the game, this card costs 0. So you can have a really, really high value turn playing maybe the Secret Mage plus a secret plus the Cabal Crystal Runner if you've already used a couple of secrets to reduce its cost down a lot. In this version of the Secret Mage deck, I'm running the Counterspell and Mirror Entity secrets. So the Counterspell secret is really good at, as I mentioned earlier, protecting your board from a potential board clear. If you obviously push a heap of value out, you're pretty likely to get your opponent to try and brawl or flame strike, for example. That can help save you from that. The Mirror Entity also generates huge value because you essentially can just get a copy of your opponent's minion when they play it. Next we have the Pyros card. This card in itself is not really great value. A 2-drop that gives you 2 attack and 2 health is not that awesome, but we want it for the death rattle. Essentially once it dies you get a 6/6 minion in your hand, which also costs 6, so that's not huge value. But then once that dies, you get a 10/10, which costs 10 mana. So essentially you want it not for the value of the individual card, but the fact that you get 3 cards for 1, and you can kind of play, it gives you a good range. You can play, obviously the 2-cost one early on, the 6/6 mid-game, and then obviously the 10/10 at the end of the game. This deck being a mage deck obviously uses quite a lot of spells because that's what the mage is quite well known for. In this deck we have a couple of cards which combo really well with the spells, which is the Mana Worm and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. The Mana Worm gains 1 attack for each spell you use, so that's really good in the early game considering it's a 1-drop. If you can play that on turn 1, and then on turn 2, if it survives, play a Frostbolt into perhaps a minion your opponent's played, then you're in a pretty good position. The Sorcerer's Apprentice is really good as well, as it reduces the cost of your spells. This is a really good combo, particularly with Primordial Glyph, because not only will the Primordial Glyph cost less, the spell that is created by the Primordial Glyph will cost 2 less from the Primordial Glyph actual ability on the spell, and then 1 less again for the Sorcerer's Apprentice, so you can get huge value out of it there. Obviously, other cards such as Fireball and Firelands Portal also benefit from the Mana Worm and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but yeah, generally the cheaper cost stuff has the most value. Now let's segue from the spells onto the Yogg-Saron card. This card casts a random spell for each spell you've cast this game, so it kind of is also in synergy with the spells, but I want to kind of do it on a separate page. This card, you don't want to play this unless you're basically going to lose. It's kind of your last-ditch effort to turn the game around. If you're in control and you play this, you can turn it in your opponent's favor. So just be warned, this is basically in here just as a last-ditch effort to win the game if you're behind. Now that we've had a look at the main combos and cards in this deck, let's go and take a look at the mulligans. Here we have the mulligans you want to be going for against aggro-style decks. So first of all, we have the Mana Worm, which is the best 1-drop in the deck by far. The only other 1-drop being the Babbling Book, which is not that great against aggro-style decks. It can help you a lot because you can put it down turn 1, then hopefully on turn 2, if it doesn't get taken out, you can Frostbolt or use some other spell, the Primordial Glyph, to buff it and help you take out some of those early game minions. It also has a lot of health, so it's pretty good against like the Aggro Pirate Warrior, which has, you know, its first turn's a heap of 1 damage, 1 health minions, so it can actually even trade quite nicely into those. Next we have the Arcanologist, which is probably currently one of the best mage cards in the game, particularly for this Secret Mage. I mean, it's a good 2-3 drop, and you get to draw a secret from your deck to ensure that you actually have a secret in your hand so you can start doing some of the combos which we spoke about earlier. As I said, Frostbolt is really great, especially comboed with the Mana Worm against aggro-style decks. It's good for taking out the slightly higher health early game minions that some of the aggro-style decks have. So we have Medea's Valet. You only want to hold on to this if you already have a secret or the Arcanologist in your deck. Otherwise, it's pretty bad value. Same goes with the Secret Mage. This is not worth holding on to unless you already have a secret or, once again, the Arcanologist. Here's the lineup of cards you want to be mulliganing for against slower style decks. And obviously, this looks very similar to the lineup you'll be going for against aggro-style decks. Once again, we want the Mana Worm because it's a great value 1-drop. In slower matchups, it's really good because you want to kind of get that as quickly as possible and start buffing it with spells so it starts snowballing into a huge problem for your opponent. Hopefully, you can deal some pretty good, nice face damage with it early in the game, and hopefully able to protect it using spells like Frostbolt, even your Mage's Fire Blast to keep it alive and keep it doing face damage. Once again, Arcanologist, probably the best card in the deck. Gets you your secret, and it's a good 2-3 body. Frostbolt is great, comboed with the Mana Worm, as I just said. Also good for taking out some early game minions and helping build your tempo up. The Secret Mage, in this instance, we actually do want to hold on to it because you want to combo that with a spell as quickly as possible to get, you know, that huge benefit out of playing the Secret Mage plus a secret for free. And the Babbling Book, you want to hold on to this if you don't have the Mana Worm. It's the only other 1-drop in the deck. It's not too bad against slower matchups because you get the random spell into your hand, which is useful. So we've looked at the basic strategies, the combos, and some other cards, the mulligans. So I think it's time I shut up and we go and play some example games. And, well, I mean, I'll still talk some more. But anyway, let's go and play some example games. Okay, Shaman. Arcanologist is good. I'm going to drop Babbling Book because we have coins, so we can play Arcanologist turn 1. That's not too bad. Counterspell, which is nice. Yeah, I really love Counterspell Secret. So good. Okay.
Hello.
Good, we've got a handful of secrets and we're about to add another one. Awesome turn 1 play. Maybe he's coin, but really good. Next turn we can ping Sorcerer's Apprentice. Something good like that. I don't really know if I want to play Sorcerer's Apprentice yet. Generate us a lot more value later on. Yeah, I might. I think I might ping that minion. I mean, he's gonna have to weapon again, so that minion's essentially done 6 damage to his face. So that's pretty good. And the next turn we can possibly use one of our secrets. Kind of might be nice if we got a Secret Mage, come on. Mana Worm is not great, but that actually opens up some options. Let's be a little bit aggressive there. Next time we might actually be able to play double secret. Well, actually, I'd probably be more inclined to play secret plus AI. Whoa. Secret Mage is not a good play right now because we can play 2 other cards. I think we really want to go with the double secret. Counterspell would be pretty nice here. It's not a bad minion to copy. It's pretty significant. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Following turn we can Fireball into the Servant. And we're looking pretty good. What other options do we have? Can we do anything else with the Valet? No, 3 is not enough with Ping. I think Fireball's the best option. We still have our Counterspell up, so if he tries to do anything to take care of those, not going to work. And then we can Counterspell again following turn, which is really nice. Okay, so I need to do something to deal with that. What's going to be the best way? Can trade into it and ping. I think I might actually do an AI and see if we magically get like a Frostbolt or something good. But that's not really helping us. So I think I will just do the Valet.
Excuse me, you are on.
Unfortunately, trade out the Mana Worm. We still have our Counterspell up. A lot of secrets in our hand, and we're at the Firelands Portal turn. Need to be careful though. He'll have a lot of heals in his deck, but we've pushed a lot of damage while using very minimal spell cards. Spell damage, Frostbolt, Fireballs, etc. 1 Fireball, right? Yeah, haven't used a Frostbolt yet. Perfect Firelands Portal target. Perfect. Yeah. Kind of unfortunately, that's a bit overkill, but we need to get rid of that and stop him drawing cards. Yeah, that Counterspell is still really nice. Yeah, looking pretty good. Unfortunate. Haha, smashed. Okay, we're playing as another mage.
You asked for it. Oh, it is on.
We keep the Babbling Book because we are playing turn 1. And they're not a super aggressive style deck. We need something to play. Wow, double babbling book. Okay. Oh cool, we've got Yogg-Saron, we've got both ends of the spectrum. 1 cost and 10 cost. I would have loved an Archaeologist, or Mana Room Worm, of course. And of course, I'm a little bit nervous he's going to play a Mana Worm and I'm going to have nothing to deal with it. Which is not very fun, but what do you do? This guy also takes like a lifetime to mulligan. There we go. Yeah, that's no good starting hand. Come on, give me a Frostbolt or something. Yeah, could be okay. Depending on what deck he's playing. Okay. Okay, good. We have the Archaeologist, we can get a secret. Counterspell. Nice. Let's see what he does here. We might have to use the Volcanic Potion next turn to deal with that. Mana Worm. Okay, it doesn't look like he's got a Frostbolt. So he's just gonna ping that, is he? Okay, interesting. We should probably play the Counterspell. Do I want to play the Counterspell? Otherwise we can play Babbling Book.
I wonder.
Babbling Book. Kill the Frostworm, go face. Yeah. Frostworm, what am I talking about? Mana Worm. Yes, winning by 2 health. So it looks like he's probably playing a Secret Mage as well. Wow. That's okay.
We have many.
Now we can do the good counterspell. Really want to see him fireball that or frostbolt that and get a counterspell. Really nice. Coin. Smart player.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Have we got a secret? No, we don't. We're in a bit of trouble. How are we going to deal with that? I think our best option is probably just to hit face. We could actually even play the Crystal Runner and force him to make a pretty big investment to deal with that. Yeah, everything else doesn't really seem too nice. If we had a secret, then that would have been really good. We could have valeted the valet, but no, unfortunate. Fireball time, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, which is not too bad. Situation we're in now is not great. I almost want to play the valet just so I have something on the field, but at the same time, not really. Okay, I'm jealous he's got a secret in his hand. Should draw for something. Cabal Crystal Runner. I'm actually gonna play this right now. Do I want to play that? Do I get the value out of it later on? I'm gonna play it. He'll have to trade at least one spell into it plus Archaeologist. Plays around him playing a Mirror Entity Secret.
We have many secrets.
Now, I have to be a bit cautious here. If he's put a counterspell up. We're in a little bit of trouble. Okay.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Huh, what secrets he got? Maybe he's got a vaporize or something. Could be an ice block.
I'm late. I'm late.
Excellent. Good Firelance portal target. I'm really nervous to do this, but I'll see what he's got. Okay, it's ice block. Cool. Probably. Not looking too bad. Need to be worried about his ice block though. I'm pretty happy he's blown both his fireballs already. And at least one frostbolt, I think. We actually might want the Cabalist's Tome, yeah. Let's take care of that. Nice, a counterspell. Yeah, he's got the ice block up, but we're looking pretty good. We need to pop that though. I kind of would actually like an ice block myself. Yeah. Having said that, having Yogg-Saron in hand is pretty nice. Good, what did I counterspell? Ice Barrier, okay. He's playing a very interesting deck actually. So
Quickly.
just do that to get our spell count up in case we have to Yogg-Saron. Don't foresee that happening though. Probably have to ice block again. Okay, he's looking for something. He played that very quickly. I mean, even if he gets, I don't know what he can get here. Even if he gets an ice block, I'm just gonna ping him. And then I could get lucky here. No. Oh. Well, maybe that is lucky. Okay, yeah. Playing the Arcane Giant version. Nice. Okay, playing the Warrior. Don't really know whether they're gonna be
You asked for it.
aggro or face. Oh, sorry, face or aggro, same thing. Aggro or quest. So we'll keep the Mana Worm, drop everything else. Primordial's good, Yogg-Saron not so much. But anyway. Have a good turn one play. Most likely they're not going to be able to deal with the Mana Worm. And we can glyph. And considering the moves very carefully, there we go. Get a coin into. Interesting. Okay, so I was hoping for a cheap spell so we could buff the Mana Worm even further. Ice block is not that great. There's no point. Combo with the Secret Mage is lost due to it being cheaper anyway. A cheap meteor, Caval's Tome. Cheap meteor could be good. Let's go face. Hopefully he doesn't get Fiery Axe and take out the Mana Worm. That would be unfortunate. He hasn't got anything good, he might only be able to armor up. In which case, he might hit my face as well.
What now?
Then I probably... Yep. Now's when I'd like to draw a secret. Pyrus is pretty nice. You know, at least we have Yogg if anything goes down. Yeah. You know, I'm not even completely sure what his deck is at this point. I mean, he hasn't played his quests. He's not being overly aggressive, so I think he has some form of Control Warrior. Okay, there's our Pirate Warrior. We're going for it, finally. I was gonna say... It's going for it. We have the meteor option, but I don't like that much. Let's make him do some annoying trades, I think.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh, I almost pinged my own thing. Silly. Yeah, let's make him consider his trades here. I want to kind of save that meteor for when we get something like a Troll Berserker. Yeah, some of his bigger minions. My hand I'm pretty happy with. Yogg's kind of useless. If we get to turn 10, I've probably won anyway. But Fireball and Meteor are useful.
What now?
He's considering his moves very carefully, which is fine.
I must choose. What now?
Or he's rage quit. By the way.
Blood and plunder.
Yeah, pretty annoying to know his secret right now, actually. I'm gonna have to just go with the Secret Mage. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a secret next turn now, though. Or an Archaeologist. Archaeologist would actually be pretty nice. Even a secret's still good. We can play it comboed with Valet. So, yeah. Just trying to think what else would be good. Approaching Fireland Portal turn. Almost regretting not taking that ice block, but we'll see. Go Firelands Portal. Probably the next turn is the turn to play it. If we can survive this turn and the next turn, we've got him double fireball with a lot of damage on the board. His Leroy's gone, he's used a heroic strike. He hasn't pulled out his big weapons just yet. We need to be careful about mortal strikes too, so we don't want to get him below 13 until we're going to kill him. There it is.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Seen him perfectly on 13. Well, having said that, we can actually just go for it. We've got the counter spell up. And to be honest, doesn't matter whether he does 6 damage with that or 4, he's still got his weapon, he's going to swing into us. And I really wish I had the ice block right now, because that would be guaranteed game. But if he's got charge minions or anything, upgrade won't be enough. This is actually quite a tough matchup for the Secret Mage. And if you are getting a lot of these matchups, you can actually sneak in some ice blocks. Perfect. Sometimes he's got another one. Too expensive. Doesn't need much though. Saved by the counterspell. Every time. All the time. Those games went really well. So the first game against the Shaman was particularly really good. Just kept control the whole game, had a really good tempo, kept smashing the opponent in the face, and just, yeah, basically kept control of the board, dictated the trades, and it was a pretty straightforward victory there. In the next game against the Mirror Match Secret Mage, this was a slightly different mage deck. As you'll notice right at the end, they played the Arcane Giants, which is one of the new variations of this deck, I guess. Pretty strong one as well. Is kind of just hitting each other back and forth and wasn't really making much progress until obviously towards the end I started kind of getting some good secret utilization off there and kind of really took control. Then the final game was good. We got the Pirate Warrior because that's always a good matchup to see, the old hated Pirate Warrior. A really annoying deck. This is actually a pretty unfavored matchup for the Secret Mage. So you need to be pretty careful. You can lose health really quickly, as they showed in that matchup. Fortunately, Counterspell, which is probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, saved us, and yeah, we were able to win. Just a few more thoughts about this deck. So this is a really strong deck. As I said, it's one of the top meta decks at the moment. There are a few different variations, as mentioned. Like in the second game that I played, we had the Secret Mage running the Arcane Giants. You can also choose not to use Pyros if you don't have it. It's not essential. You can drop it for the Cabal Lackey, which is another kind of a good card that works well in combination with the secrets. Now this deck is generally really strong, as I said, top 4 meta deck, but it has some issues against aggressive style decks like the Pirate Warrior that we just played. So you just need to be a bit careful, and you can kind of maybe change out some of the cards in the deck depending on what you're playing in the ladder, as always. But yeah, anyway, that's the end of my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, farewell.